Welcome back, and this is part 8 of the Theme Builder series. Today, in this video, we're going to look at the header and footer templates and create those from scratch. In the last video, we looked at the global CSS, and we added 3 posts with some featured images, title, and some content, as well as uploaded a logo and a few graphics to use. Let's go ahead now under SeedProd Theme Builder, and we want to add a new theme template. Let's go ahead and click on this, and I'm just going to type in header. Now, this is going to ask for a type. So here we have different options. It's pretty obvious for the header that we want to select the header, but there's also footer, single post. So for example, an actual blog post, a single page, which has a variety of uses. We have an archive, search results, global part, and a custom page. Let's go ahead and select header. Now the priority here doesn't really matter unless you have multiple of the same type. So for example, if I have 2 headers and I want to switch them out to test them, I could set the priority to 10 on one of them and 11 on the other. The one that's higher is the one that will show on the website. So let's go ahead and we'll include this on the entire website. Here's all of the options that you have to choose from though for all of the templates. So for this header, for example, if you only wanted to show it on posts that have a specific category, you could enter the category ID or the slug in here, and it'll only show that header on this specific category. We want to show this on the entire website, and we'll save this. Now this will open a clean slate in our SeedProd page builder where we can now drag and drop different elements onto the page to create our header. So you could do this from scratch by using columns. You could just drag the columns in here, or you could click here to select your layout. But we also have sections here, and these are into different categories. So we could click on header. Now we have 3 different templates here that we could actually start from. So let's go ahead maybe, and we'll just pick this one. I'll import that, and that'll give us a little bit of a head start. Now, if you want me to show you quickly how to actually create this from scratch, we'll duplicate this specific one. Let's go here. This is a 3-column layout. So let's pick this layout right here. It has an image. So I would just go to blocks. I'd look for my image block, which is right here. Drag that in. We could select this, use your own image, go under media library, and I'll select my logo. In the middle, this is a menu, but we don't have any menu set up right now. But if we did, we could just search for our menu block, and we can just drag that right in here. We could select the settings here and look for WordPress menu, and then select the menu that we created in WordPress. We could use the simple menu type if we want and create our own menu right into SeedProd. And then on the right side, we have a button here. We just simply look for a button. We can drag that over here, click on the settings, and then we could go through all of the options here, such as aligning it to the right, changing the size. Maybe you want it big like that or medium, whatever works for you. You can also add an icon here before the text, so that'll be on this side, or after the text on the right side. So there we go. We can actually delete the one that we imported from the section, and we can just go ahead and use this one that we created. Let's go ahead and click on our button here, the cogwheel, and we'll update the text. Now you'll see that these aren't aligned perfectly vertically. So what we want to do is select the row. This is the blue section. Go to the row settings and come down to the bottom where it says vertical, and we'll align this in the center. You can see how everything is now aligned perfectly on a horizontal line with each other. Now this menu isn't exactly what we want yet, but it's a good placeholder, and we'll update that later on in the video series. Let's go ahead and save this and close this. Now we're back here, and you can see that we have our header theme created. We have the type, which is a header, the conditions where it applies to the entire site, and it's published. Keep in mind though that it's not active yet until we enable the SeedProd theme. So if we refresh, we won't see anything. If we enable this, click OK, refresh. Now we can see that this was applied to our website. Now what this also did is under our settings and reading, it automatically applied a home and a blog page to these 2 different sections. So if we come under pages, all page, you'll see that there's a blog page now and a home page. We'll create a template for this in a future video, but here you can take a quick look, but it says no template found. I just want to stress that if you're creating this on an active website, that if you put this active, it will override your active website, which could cause some problems. So keep that in mind. I would only do this currently on a fresh install. All right, this looks good for our header. Let's go ahead and create our footer. Let's go through the same steps. Add new theme template. We'll call this one footer. The type is a footer. Priority is not really an issue right now, and we want it on the entire site. Let's say save. And again, let's just take a quick look at the section to see if we can save any time. We'll go to footer, and now footer has a lot of different options here that we could select from. So I see one over here on the right side. Let's just import this. And the first thing I notice is there's a lot of spacing right here. Let's select the section, go under advanced and spacing, and let's just modify this a little bit. Let's just take this down to 10, and I think I'll actually put maybe 25 on each side here. So if you hit this link, it'll change all of these numbers at once. If you unlink it, you can modify individuals. Now some of the sections that you import may have fonts. You'll see that the fonts aren't the same as our global settings here, so you might have to individually select each block setting. Go under advanced typography, and you'll see the font family here. You might have to go through and select all of these and change them to default to use your global CSS. So I'm just going to quickly do that for everything that's here on the page. So there we go. I think I got everything. So in our footer, we have our newsletter here. Let's go ahead and select this. And I think I want this to be maybe a little bit smaller. Somewhere around there is fine. And then we have all of our sections in our footer for different links. So you can create individual menus here, and you can check out part 5 of the theme builder series where we talked about menus and creating custom ones and how to set those. If you don't want to set custom menus, you could just put hard-coded links in here by creating a list. So if we come back here, we have a list here that I could drag, and then we could select the settings. And when you click on it, you can select this and add a link right here. Insert link, hit enter, and now that's a link that you can change and play with. You can also change the icon if you don't want the check mark. I'm just going to delete that for now, and I'll set up a few of these menus in a moment. Let's just update our logo here. We can change this, delete the current one, and select our logo here. There we go. Everything looks good for now. Let's just go ahead and save this, and we can refresh our page. Now you can see we have our header, and then we have our footer. Now you notice that this section had a background color applied to it, which I didn't realize. So we can just change this and clear that. We could actually go darker as well if we wanted to, and then change all of the colors. I'm just going to clear this to use the default background for now. Now if we refresh, we can see that there's no background on that now. So now we could create sections in between the header and footer that have their own backgrounds to create some type of contrast. So there we go. We have our header for our website, and we have our footer now created. I'm not going to show it in this video, but I'm just going to go ahead and create a couple little test menus here just to fill these spots out. Again, check out part 5 if you want to learn all about menus. So that's how you add your custom headers and footer templates, and these will apply to all pages on your website since the conditions are set to the entire website. In the next video, we'll focus on creating our home page template. That'll just be for our front page. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.